Hello, everyone. My name is Edward S. Redcar, and I'm the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. And I have the pleasure of having two guests, not only guests, but a guest co-host and the talk show guest. So I'll turn it over to you, Steph. Welcome to my show, Steph. Introduce yourself to everybody. Tell them what is everything about Steph, and yeah, let's hear it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on, Edward, and very excited to be on the show today as your co-host. I'm Steph Simich. I'm the podcast host for many film festival podcasts you've seen around the Florida area, and now coming up to New York and over to other areas here in the U.S. So very excited to keep doing film festival podcast for film festivals here in the U.S. and eventually international. And I'm excited to be here and keep helping spread the word of entertainment and what happens behind the scenes of entertainment. So excited to be here, Edward.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here on my show, and yeah, and welcome, and yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun today. Everybody always has a lot of fun on my show, and so I guess you could say the guest of honor today is Ty Whittington, and Ty is a correct me if I'm wrong, Ty. You're a model and a runway model, or if you want to describe it a little bit better than that, what exactly are you involved in these days?
Sure, sure. So I used to do modeling. I used to do a lot of runway modeling. Stopped for a while. As you can see, I became a mom. So I'm a mom of five. But
Yes.
my daughter, and I feel like she wants to just follow in my footsteps.
Ah,
And she's so interested in runway and doing photo shoots. So I took her out with me this past Fashion Week in September, New York Fashion Week. Her
okay,
out. So
okay.
she got kind of experience a little but yeah, so I just do so now I'm getting back into it, forced by my daughter, because when I brought her out, everybody was like, well, you should just get back into it, because initially I had gained a lot of weight and then I recently lost 40 pounds, so I'm like,
Oh,
okay, well, maybe
wow,
this
wow, congratulations. Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah. And yeah, so you're a model, a runway model, and like you said, the mother of five children. And actually, you and Steph have something in common because you used to live in New York, right? And now you relocated to Dallas, Texas. So, uh, Steph, tell her why Dallas you have that in common. What's in common between you two there?
Absolutely, Ty. So I grew up in Dallas. I was born and raised in Dallas and went to Denton, just northeast of Dallas, to high school. And then I moved out to Colorado with my dad. But, Texas plays, a big place in my heart. I do a lot of corporate events and corporate support events out there. And so, yeah, but now I love Texas. And so I was excited that the first person I was interviewing with Edward on here is another Texan. And so what was that experience like for you?
Scott here. I've been here since December. And I've never been here before. So back in September, I came for a festival out here, and I was just like, like I feel like this is. I just wanted something new, like a fresh start. Like I grew up in New York, and then from New York, I relocated to D.C., Maryland area. So I was there for a while, and then just after being here, I just like I just wanted something new. And I don't know if it was like I got tired of just being a housewife and being home and just being a mom. And I think like just I don't know. Within the last 2 years, it was just like, okay, I need to do something else. This is getting boring. I need something. So like I still have a house in Maryland that I'm trying like I have on the market to sell. I just basically left everything and came here for a fresh new start. And so far it's been great.
That's
Like
good.
I've been
That's that's the way to do it. You've got a passion and then a liking to do something. You just go for it, right? No matter what way the road turns, left or right, whatever roadblocks or obstacles, you just go for it, right? Just go for it.
yeah.
Before we get going with the official questions here, I just have to ask this question. I know, Ty, you're new to Dallas, and Steph, born and bred in Dallas. So I've got to ask the both of you before we go any further. Are you two Dallas Cowboy fans?
I
I'm
think
not a
now
That-
that I'm
football fan.
here,
Oh yeah, what'd you say, Ty?
no, go ahead, Ty.
I was saying I think now that I'm here, I'm forced to be, and I'm really a person, but I still like the Knicks. But the Knicks is basketball. I think the Jets is our football team.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I guess for now, I'm forced to be a Cowboys fan.
Okay, okay. And how about you, Ty? I mean, there's no forcing you, right? Are you true and true Dallas Cowboy or no?
I've never been a I've never been I'm a baseball girly. So
Okay,
so I
okay.
would have to say I'm the Broncos fan, or my dad would have my head because we were in Denver for 25 years. So
Oh,
he
okay.
bleeds orange and blue. So
Okay,
definitely would have to
okay,
stick with the
okay.
Broncos.
Okay. Not even a Houston Oiler fan, Steph? Not even that or
No,
no, I should say Houston Astros, right? Houston Ast
right.
Okay. Okay. I stand corrected. Houston Astros. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I can tell that we're going to have a lot of fun here. We're bouncing off of each other and a lot of energy and good vibes and everything. And I know everybody out there, all of you out there in Zoom land is going to have fun in this next hour or uh, however much time that we spent together. So, Steph, as I messaged you before, there's 6 questions. I'll be asking you one, three, and five, and Steph two, four, and six. So let me ask you this first question. So, uh, with your modeling and your runway modeling, how did you become interested in modeling? How did you first become interested in modeling?
So I think it's I'd say growing up, I've always been so like slim. So people are just like, "Oh, you're so skinny, you're so slim." But then I knew like in the modeling world back then, like that was cool. And then I had a cousin, and she was like, "You know, you have like the natural walk for it. You should just try." So I remember I was probably like 17, and she made me audition for America's Next Top Model, and I remember you
Oh,
had to
wow.
team. And I remember I went, and they were like, "Well, why do you want to be a model?" And I was so scared, and I just cried. So I was like,
Oh,
and I had like years later, probably when I was like 19, 20, I auditioned again. Because I had someone who actually like worked with the production, and she like got me in. She's like, "Girl, this is your shot. This is your time." And I remember going, and they asked me, they're like, "Oh, tell me a little bit about yourself." Like now I'm talking to you guys and no problem. Me 15 years ago, definitely. I was like so quiet. I was just like, "Oh, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
just I started crying. And then I was
yeah.
just like, oh.
Yeah. Well, that happens a lot of times. I mean, in entertainment, I mean, not only if you're a model or, you're actor, actress, or public speaker or whatever, it's like a lot of times you might get the jitters before you go on, but it's like once you go on, that's it. And it's like you're on and it's like you own the stage or the camera or whatever, or probably like you, Steph, in your corporate meetings, right? It's like the stage is yours. Once you get going, forget it, right? It's like full bore ahead, right?
Oh yeah, boardroom hates to see me coming. So
That's a warning to all of you boardrooms out there. Steph is coming. Steph
that's
is
right.
coming.
She's tough. Don't let the smile fool you. So no, I love that. I love that you had so many people encouraging you and that you had a moment where you were scared and nervous and vulnerable and, that you didn't let, even though that seemed like a big moment, right? Like doing America's Next Top Model and then having that emotional response. Some people might be like, "Oh man, like I missed my opportunity," but you were like, "I've just got more opportunity. I've just got to put myself out there." And so that takes me to, my one of my questions I love to talk to people, which is failing forward, right? Which is learning through our missteps or mistakes. So what's a lesson that you hold with you today that you learn from failing forward?
It's just like scary. Like, so I also work like in like corporate now. So I actually work for the federal government. So I think working there and doing that kind of gave me like a little bit more like I don't like just the courage. I feel like back then, just being younger, it just like not having the courage to go to certain castings or just like doing more like I would love to be in a show. If you want to book me for a photo shoot, cool, I'll do it. If you want to put me in a runway, cool, I'll do it. Casting? No. I was like, I'm not going to cat. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to walk in front of everybody. So I probably went to like a couple of castings, but I'd say I probably did like 50, 60 runway shows and I didn't cast for any of them. And it
Oh,
wasn't because I thought like I was higher. It was just I was actually scared. Like I didn't want to walk in. What if I fall? What if my walk wasn't good enough? But I think
that
when I went this past in 2024 for Fashion Week, I felt like I had all the confidence and I was just so happy to be here. And then I like just see I'm still here. Like hi. But I've encouraged, and I think now because I have my daughter and she's the same size as me, she wears all my clothes, so it's like I have to like for her because I want her to get. I be trying to make her do everything, and she just like, can't you just leave well enough alone? And I'm like,
uh-huh,
no,
uh-huh,
girl,
uh-huh.
like you got to do this. Like you got to have courage. I feel like if you can walk in a room and not adjust yourself to the temperature of the room, but allow the room to adjust to your temperature,
Right,
like that's what
right,
I
right,
like
right,
now
right.
I go,
True,
no
very
matter
true.
what it is. It's just like I'm gonna just set the tone when I get in there instead of
Right,
adjusting to
right,
it.
right, right, right. So, like as far as say say offstage jitters, so um staying on the subject of failing and going forward. So, do you use that nervous energy to propel you to do the best that you can? Like when you're out there, use all that nervous energy and like use it like in a positive manner?
I do. So it no matter it never fails. Like once I'm getting ready to walk onto the runway, it's like these butterflies. But once you're out there, it's great and you like love it and like it's like a rush. But like just building up to it, I think I'd say like everything is a journey for me, right? So like I'd say like me doing HR helped me to be able to talk because all I do is interview people. And
Okay, okay,
I guess
okay.
that like kind of like pushed me forward a little bit more to be
Yeah,
able to
yeah,
talk
yeah.
and build the confidence. Just I think it's just more of having the confidence.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of times people they grow out of their shyness. I know when I was a kid, and you're in grade school and it's time to do, well, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to have us like read a book and do a book report, say like in front of the class. And it's like, when I was a kid, it's like I was so shy. I was afraid to say boo. But I think people just grow out of it. They grow out of it. And going back to what you were saying about like like when you're out on the runway and you're saying, "Oh, geez, am I going to fall? Am I going to fall?" I don't know how many clips like maybe on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. I don't know how many video clips I have seen where models go out there and sometimes they completely wipe out. They've got like a long gown on or and high heels, and sometimes their high heels get caught on the bottom of their gown, and down they go, down they go. And what do? They just get up and they finish what they started, and it's like nobody criticized them because it takes a lot of guts to keep on going and not let that uh play like a mind trip onto you. So have you ever fallen or had any kind of incident like that, or in a major or minor way?
I remember it's actually my first runway show, and I don't even know how I got in it. I think someone was like, "Hey, just come," and then I went there, and it was like designers, and it was like, "Oh, can you walk for me? Can you walk for me?" And I'm like, "Okay," because again, no casting, no nothing. And I had on these gold shoes. It was like this gold outfit. When I once we're done with our interview, I'll find the video and send it to you. But I had like this gold outfit. Either it was like gold or like gold and black. But I had these shoes on, and they were like 6-inch heels, but they were not my size. So I were like a 7. I want to say they were like a 9.5. And I was just
Oh,
And I'm like, so as I'm walking, I'm like walking for dear life. So I think walking forward, I was cool, but I could see in the video, like when I turned around to kind of like walk back, my ankle like buckled a little bit. But I feel like nobody else would notice it, but I noticed it and I felt it because I remember like gripping my feet at the bottom, like, please no, let me make
Oh, no, no, no,
that was like
no.
actually like my first real runaway show.
Yeah, yeah.
Curling
How,
those toes to hold on for
oh,
sure. Just like, oh,
yeah.
girl, I know that feeling. I have a little size 7 feet too, and I'm always like those toes to hold on for dear life.
Yeah, I was like, please, please. And then I had like really small ankles, so the straps I had to like pull them so tight to make like the extra hole. Is that was like whatever, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, as for me, I mean, I've never had that problem having to wear high heels, so I mean, I can just feel the pain that you two are talking about. So yeah. So like, Steph, have like in your like corporate presentations, has there I imagine there have been instances where things have sort of gone awry and you sort of had to put the ship back on track. If there's maybe one instance that kind of comes to mind right away, or
Absolutely. Well, one thing that you'll see is when you do travel to speak or you do work in a lot of different areas, you're your own tech support person. So it's like you test everything out. You test the PowerPoint, you test the microphones and presentations,
right?
and and then all of a sudden you get there and your laptop won't connect to their internet, or you have all of these things going on. So it wouldn't just be one thing, but I have learned over the course of years to always be prepared, always to have extra gadgets, extra speakers. I even have a little miniature, like present, what's it called, like a projector. So
Oh, okay.
a projector, if I can have a wall, I can do it. And so you have to learn to be your own techie as you're going around and doing that. And so so definitely having to overcome the things you're not expecting. So
Yeah.
yeah, your bag not showing up. I never check a bag anymore. My clothes and my equipment's in my carry-on. So
And you hang on to that for dear life. You
for
you
dear
don't
life.
let when you get to the ticket counter, you don't let them ticket that, right? And put it in the underbelly of the plane. You hold on to it for dear life, right?
Oh yeah, I
Right.
let my status speak for myself. I'm like, I am not gate checking this bag. This is
Right, right,
there
right.
is room in the overhead bin for me.
That's right. Well, a lot of times you get on the plane and they announce, well, overhead compartments are limited. What happens? You get on the plane and there's like a whole side of the plane that's empty like that, and it's like, you know. But
Oh yeah.
well, that's just like here, like with the talk show. It's like, I'm the sound man, the video person, the writer, and this and that, and yeah, it's like today's world. It's like you're everything like all wrapped into one, you know. So yeah, so I was going to ask you, Ty, now. Like before you get out there on the runway or if there's like a still photo shoot, do you still sort of have to be like your own sewing person if something comes apart? Or do you have people say that are with you that do like last minute alterations or like last minute repairs if something like tears before you go on stage?
I think I'm kind of the person, or usually, so now I bring like my daughter. I have my daughter with me, where we'll have like all our extra stuff, like special kinds of makeup, or like if we need pins, because I'm so small, so I always got to pin the dress to the side, pin it to the back, tie it extra.
Okay, okay, okay. So probably the biggest secret is you pin it around to the back so nobody can see it. Is that like the?
Right up, right up under
Oh,
the
okay, 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 okay.
right
There,
Yeah,
there,
because
like
she's
there.
right
gonna
there.
turn around. Yeah, she can't do it to the back. You
No,
have to
no,
do
no,
it
no.
all on the sides.
That's
Yeah.
right. There again, I cannot speak from experience because I have never done that. So I'm depending on you two to guide our viewers right in the right way to repair and not have anything be seen like under the arm or in the back or on the side or anything. But
Hey Ty, have you seen those little Stitch It guns? So it looks like the little guns that retail stores use to put a tag on a like a price tag on a piece of clothing, but now it's just a little clear little tab, and essentially it does a teeny little sew where you don't have to do it. I'll find it and I'll send it to you on Instagram, but because I'm 5'2", so I'm punkin, and so I'm always having to roll up my dresses and find ways to snip my dresses because they're so long on the bottom. And your girl doesn't know how to do a
Mhm.
full hem. That's not what I do. And so, but yeah, it'll be a game changer because it's super quick and then it's very easy just to pull out too. So I'll send that to you.
Yeah.
So
That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
short
Yeah,
girls got to stick together. Small.
that's right, right? I was going to say, Ty, that one video that you were talking about before, if you want to send me a clip of that one video that you were talking about, and then, of course, I know that everyone now that's watching this program, it's already in there, but now since this is recorded before post-production, that clip, if you send that to me, I can insert it in your interview to show everybody what you're talking about. So. Yeah, if you could that, I'd appreciate it very much. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Um, let's see. My next question. Let's see. If everybody sees me kind of waddling back and forth like this, usually I stay straight like that is because usually I'm like in a stationary chair. But now uh, I'm in a remote location in California, so I'm zooming on location. So I'm using a borrowed chair, so I'm kind of having fun going back and forth, but don't pay any attention to that. But back to my question. More recently, you've modeled accessory fashion designs by Uzomo Nuatsu. His Instagram name is Gucci Sachi, at Gucci Sachi, and that were in shown in several of his Instagram posts. Your modeling of his accessories. I was curious, how did you meet? Well, we call him Uzo. Nickname. We call instead of calling him Uzawa, we call him Uzo. How did you meet Uzo?
Yeah, so I was actually doing a fashion show for New York Fashion Week, and he was his accessories were featured during the fashion show. And we ended up connecting because again I had my daughter with me, and he couldn't believe that it was my daughter, and we were the same age. I mean, not we were the same age, and we looked like so similar in age. So we had ended up doing like some shots for him. His accessories with just me and my daughter, kind of like played around with it. But he's a really great guy. And we love my daughter. It was great.
Oh, okay. So, since then, have you had any contact with Uzo since then? Because I know I've seen him like on several occasions. I first met him at a uh, let's see, it was the Sunscreen Film Festival West that they used to have in Hermosa Beach, California. That's where I very first met him for the first time, and met him other times after that. So, have you encountered him since then? Since those runway gigs?
Yeah, so he, when I had met him, I was in New York. So right, I actually haven't been back to New York since the last New York Fashion Week back in September. But we chatted a few times about working in the future together. Once I go back to New York, once I get a little bit more settled here, then I'll be able to like fly out a little bit more and do a lot more.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, did you know that he's also like a writer as well? He
Yeah,
yeah,
you tell me that.
yeah, he has a hand in helping to write screenplays for movies, films, things like that. Uh is that something that you would ever entertain, get into the acting part, or it's just modeling for you?
So yeah, I would say I'm not gonna say no to anything because initially I'm in the process of starting my own business. So I want to do like a podcast, and then it also has to do with like fashion. I can't tell you guys too much though, and I like
Oh,
talk
okay.
too much. try not to say,
Well,
but
you're talking to two other podcasters here, so if you've got any questions, ask away to either one of us, message us or whatever. So you're in good company here. You're in good company.
yeah, so I'm in the process of like kind of just like branching off and kind of like just doing my own thing. Because I feel like I have a lot of friends and a lot of people who just look up to me as far as like me being a mom, doing everything that I do, working, and then also still pursuing the modeling and just being a mom to all five. So I was in the process of starting a business. It's called MILF, but it's MIILF. It's like moms indulging in lost faith. And then I
Okay.
have like clothing brands. So I know I post on my right now. I post on Instagram a lot of different like styles, but I'm like people don't ever know like, all right, is she gonna be girly today? Is she a tomboy? Is she? And I feel like I just be comfortable. Like I feel like when I'm with my, I have two sons, so when I'm with my sons, I'm like comfortable in boy mode with them. Where then when I'm with
Okay. Okay.
my oldest daughter, oh, I can't walk next to her if I don't have makeup on, or if I don't.
Oh.
You can't come to my school if you don't look like how you look in your
Oh my gosh.
She probably says, "Mom, if you come out the front door without any makeup on, I don't even know you, right? Don't even talk to me, right? I don't know you, right?"
and I love sweatpants and a t-shirt. I just be comfortable. And she'd be like, no, don't come, don't come. I wouldn't do it, but I feel like I do it more just to mess with her. I wouldn't actually
Yes.
show up. But
And when
I
we
tell
were
her like,
growing up, we didn't like our parents messing with our minds either. So now, like they say, you're just paying it forward, right? Now it's your turn, right? Now it's your turn, right?
One with five, you got your hands full for sure. So did you have a lot of siblings yourself? Do you have a lot of siblings?
so I have seven. Yeah. So I have like sisters on my dad's side. So I have two brothers and three, three sisters on my dad's side. And then I have two sisters on my mom's side. But on my dad's side, they're all older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big
Are
family.
Yeah, are any of them, say, like in the entertainment business, acting or modeling or, you know?
no, not my siblings, but I have a few cousins that are that do modeling and acting as well. I have like
Okay.
a that a lot, like they're really into it.
Oh, okay. 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 So then the you've got the performing gene, right? You inherited the performing gene, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
it's like 'cause, my last name is Whittington, so all of my other cousins that like do modeling and acting and music, it's like we all have the same grandma, so we'd be like, oh, the Whittingtons girls, the Whittington girls, and when you
oh,
see it, it's like
wow.
you all of y'all, even like from like my older cousins down to the younger ones, like, and they're
Okay.
like we're
Okay.
all so creative. So yeah.
Okay. So it's like the Whittingtons. We're royalty, right? The Whittingtons, right? Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, like, going back to your modeling with the Gucci, Saatchi accessories. Now, when you go out to model, whether it's if you're wearing a fashion or if you're just modeling the accessories, uh, do you take on, say, like a certain frame of mind to like what you're wearing or displaying to kind of say like put you in the personality to kind of reflect what you're wearing like say like if you're wearing like elegant fashions, do you put yourself mindset like in an elegant mood, or if you're wearing say like more up to date clothes for going out, dancing, clubbing, or whatever? Do you put yourself in kind of that hip sort of, mood. What's your process?
I think I do, and I feel like I have two personalities. Just like a tomboy. I feel like I usually do because I don't like attention, believe it or not. And I feel like when I go outside, like people stare or they want to talk, and I really like I don't like the attention. So sometimes, like when I go, especially when I go out to clubs, I'm like I'm a mom.
Uh-huh.
I don't talk to anybody. I just hear for the music, the food, and
Right,
the
right, right,
I,
right.
I don't like.
Well, yeah.
I'll drop down. And I'll wear a hat backwards because I just don't want the attention. But that doesn't even help because I feel like if it's not the men now, it's the females too. So it's just like, oh,
Okay, okay, okay. Well, there's a lot of entertainers that are sort of on the quiet side, and they're now outgoing or outlandish when they're like out in public. Um, I saw a clip of an old interview with Tom Cruise, and uh, I don't know if it was like an older Tonight Show with Johnny Carson or if it was a more recent one with Jimmy Fallon. But he was saying that his security people have a hard time with keeping up with him because he likes to go on his own. And he was saying one time he was riding a New York City subway all on his own. He got away from his security people. And so he was like hunched over like that in the subway seat, and I guess kind of had a baseball cap like that. And he was saying that there was a couple of kids sitting across from him on the other side of the subway car, and they kept looking at him. They kept going like that, like that, and he got the feeling that he knew that they recognized him. So, and they just kept doing quick, like just like that. So all he did, to paraphrase, it's like he lifted up his cap a little bit and he went like this. And that's all he did. So the kids didn't go, oh, it's Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise on the subway. So, but yeah, performers, I guess most performers off the stage or off camera don't like attention. So, um, I know I'm the same way in most instances, it's like, okay, you're off camera, you're off stage, you're living your own life and stuff like that. So, uh, 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 how about you, Steph? Like away from like the corporate presentations, are you sort of like, like pretty chill and pretty like low key or?
I have zero chill and I'm only high key. So So I've got the fun ADHD is what I like to tell myself,
Okay.
where it's like it's definitely more of the hyper side, and I mean there's the forgetful side there too for sure.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I love being on stage. I love having that energy
Okay.
but I'm one of those people that I have to recharge like on my own. Like I'm an extrovert who does have to recharge, but I
Okay,
can
okay,
recharge in a couple hours by myself and then I'm back.
okay, okay,
So I'm very,
okay,
yes, I'm
okay,
more of the anomaly to be honest, because I'm
okay,
always, at a high level.
okay, okay, okay. Well, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you, Miss High Level. It's a pleasure to have you. So,
Yeah.
so with that, I'll turn it over to you, Steph.
I'll take that hit. Thanks for the baseball analogy. Now we're speaking my language.
There
So
you go.
So Ty, I love that you shared those early stories with us about how you processed through your early days of getting into modeling and being brave and taking those steps. And so, if you were to take yourself back to the woman you were in those first 6 months of doing it, what advice do you have for her? What would you encourage her to keep doing? What would you say, girl, you have to stop this? You know what? Like if you were to go back to that 6 months fresh into modeling, what advice would you give her?
I would say just being more courageous, just sticking to it. I feel like you can't allow. I would say this for sure. You can't allow other people's opinion on your life dictate how you live your life. And I say that because everything that I'm now, everything that I have now, I have a million people, whether it's friends, whether it's families, coworkers, they're like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do who just did it. Like even so much as me moving. here to Dallas, I had like my family, my friends, like, you're not gonna have no support system. You're not gonna have nobody. That's the point. I'm trying to get away and shut off the world so that I can be creative. And I feel like I came here to build my business. And I needed to shut off the world, like friends, everybody. They're like, just bring me and my kids here so I can actually dive in and focus into my business. Because I feel like um as moms, there's something that moms are missing as far as like the encouragement or just thinking that, oh, because you have kids now, the world stops. No, the world just begun and we're about to have a great time. Like,
Right.
I'm like, I don't know anything. So like I feel like every day I'm like going out trying to see like what's new here, what's to do, like just finding my people, just networking, like, and I've met some great people. So I would definitely just tell the old self, like, just live for you. Don't ask anybody else's opinion. Don't, just live for you, because someone else's fear can project on you and cause you to ruin, like, can ruin your whole future based off someone else. Like my
Hmm.
mom, I used to love modeling, I used to love dancing as well. And I remember my mom was like, you're not gonna make no money off of dancing. And I know now that if I would have stuck to it,
Right.
Oh yeah.
so I was like, but it's all entwined with my business. Like my business has to do with modeling, coaching, giving girls confidence, giving moms confidence, young moms, because I was also a young mom.
Hmm. Hmm.
Giving moms confidence, just motivation. It's more so like just motivating. And I feel like everything, like my life just is built on faith. Like everything I have, everything that I do, the way that I move, it's just built on faith. But I feel like I have so much to offer, and I don't know if I was just like stuck in mommy mode and wife mode for the past couple of years, whereas now it's like, oh, I'm ready for the world.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of my favorite quotes ever is other people's opinions of me are none of my business. And that's what I remind myself. So if you want to tell you your opinion of me, I'm not listening. I don't seek it out. If people want to tell me that somebody's saying something, I'm like, oh, none of my business. That's none of my business. So I love that you say that because I live by that, and it's allowed me to in the same way be more courageous, because when people think that they can't do it, then they're telling you you can't do it, and you have nothing to do with them. So
Hmm.
I love that.
Hmm.
yeah,
And I think a lot of times that people that go ahead and live their own lives and their own dreams, like the three of us are. It's like, um, sure, it's unpredictable. It's like they say, it's uncharted waters. Sure, at times it's scary, but it's like, okay, just do it anyway. Just go, and do it anyway. Uh, I guess there isn't anything to be gained by not doing anything, but yeah, yeah, just like in my family, uh, that I know of, I'm the only one that has 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 gone into this field, acting and talk show hosting and things like that. So it's like a lot of times, it's like, well. When are we going to see on the big screen, or when are we going to see, it's like all these, like big expectations. And it's like, well, if it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. But you just have to enjoy the ride along the way, right, Ty? Right?
yeah. I definitely say I feel like you don't know unless you try, and if you don't try, it's like you're closing a million doors had just tried.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. That's right. And like, you're probably the biggest mentor in the world to your five kids, because it's like you're showing them that it's okay to be a trailblazer, to follow your own passion and your own interests. And uh, I think your kids are going to go far by having you as their examples. So pin 5 stars on yourself for that, because you're a 5-star mom. So
I tell my kids all the time, like, there's two types of people in life, right? There's watchers and there's doers. What are you gonna be? And I feel like when I was younger, I was a doer, and then I started watching. Where it's like, okay, then I had to tell myself, like, are you a watcher or are you
Uh-huh.
a doer? I was like, oh yeah, it's go time. Definitely go time.
Speaking of go times, I see a lot of your posts where it's like you're cruising around different places. So it's like you're definitely going. I mean, it seems like you're always on the go. You're either here or there, or you're driving, or it looks like you were like in like a big Jeep of some sort. I mean, it looks like a pretty, a tricked out vehicle, driving around there.
I have I'm a Jeep girl, so I have a Jeep Wrangler, and then I have like a
Okay.
bunch of ducks, a bunch of like different colored ducks in my windshield, but it's from other Jeepers, so everybody's like, "What's up with the ducks?" And I'm like, "It's a Jeep thing. Like other people with ducks, like actually left all those ducks on my hand. Like I'll go grocery store, or I'll be at the mall, and I'll come out, and it'll be like a duck with a note. So now, at first, I was like, "Oh, like this is cool," but now I probably have like almost 35 ducks
Wow.
lined up in the front of my car. But
Wow.
yeah, explore it. And then I work from home. So I'm like
Okay.
always in the house. So it's like as soon as I close the computer, I'm like, if I just get in the car and just drive and put some music on and pull the top back, and I'm like, and feel the breeze, that's all I need. And then I was like, and then having my kids, and then it's like they come home from school. So it's just like if you see me in the car driving with my top back 9 times out of 10, I just needed peace and quiet and just needed to go on a drive. And I feel like music is like my mellow, like it keeps me calm.
Okay, okay, okay. So there's never a point like if you're driving like that and you've got to say, "Okay, now quiet down. I swear I'll turn this vehicle right around if you don't behave." You don't have to do that.
But they'll look at me and be like, where are we going? Going back where? They're gonna like, you don't want to be inside.
Right, right.
But for the most part, they're pretty. I think I have really good, really, really good kids. They're actually not even with me right now. They're in DC with my sister for a month. Because
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
they got summer break and they've been dying to go back since we left. They haven't seen my sister, so they were her
Oh,
too.
okay. Well, yeah, that's always a good thing to stay connected with the family, you know. I mean, especially like growing up like that, you need at that age they need that kind of touch base and I think we lost Steph, I think we lost a tie here for a while. Uh,
Oh, yeah. It just froze out on my computer.
yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see what we got going. Let's see. Let me
Sometimes the phones overheat when they are,
Yeah, I was
outside.
going to say that. So since this is live, you will not see this on any other show. You will not see this on any other show. I am going to get on my cell phone and I am going to notify Ty that we lost her signal. So, and if she could please uh, resume her attendance in the interview here. So. Hello, Ty. Uh, we lost your signal, and whenever you are ready to enter into the Zoom session again, I see you are entered right now, and I didn't even I didn't even finish this message. She read my mind. Oh, wait a minute. There she goes again. There she goes. You entered the Zoom, but now you disappeared from the participant screen. Please re-enter when you can. Okay. And then again, you will not see this on any other interview program. I have had people bring their dogs on, and I did not know about it. I have had people leaving the screen entirely and going to shut their window because their neighbor was mowing their lawn. But I have absolutely never had this happen. So, have you ever had anything like this happen on any of your podcasts, Steph?
I did. I had a great editor who would edit a lot of it for me, so it would come across in those like 20-minute episodes. But I definitely would have a lot of recording where it was up and down or audio issues. Um, but my in-person ones are the ones where a light falls, a camera overheats, a microphone dies, I feel like those in office corporate, the in-person podcasts that I do, it's almost like a comedy of errors sometimes because I am the whole tech crew there too. So
Yes. Ah, there she is. There she is. Hey, Ty. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Sorry about that.
Everybody, my talk show guest today is Ty Whittington. Oh no, wait a minute. We already did that about a half an hour ago, so I don't have to get into that. Um, well, what I'll do is I'll get into my next question here. Um, some of your more recent Instagram posts feature you modeling different fashions as if like for a photo shoot. So, are your plans to gradually return to runway modeling? And was relocating from New York to Dallas to further your modeling career?
Yeah, so I'll definitely say me coming to Dallas had a lot to do with my modeling career and just my career in general. So yeah, I post a lot of different pictures just to show like different styles so that like once I launch my brand, like it's my other moms will see like just the other different styles. Like you ain't gotta always look like a mommy. It's cute mom stuff out here. It's like I think I just have different styles of like how I like to dress. But
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
ultimately, yeah, I definitely plan to get back into runway and modeling like intertwined. I feel like once you guys like a month or so from hey,
So the modeling in Dallas, I imagine maybe there's maybe like a slight difference in like in the fashions, or is it similar to New York, or is there any differences at all?
it's it's kind of the same. To me, I think yeah, because they have their fashion week here. I think I don't know how big it is yet. That's what I'm still trying to determine. So I've been doing a lot of networking, just kind of like to see like the fashion scene here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think it's pretty much the same though. From what I've seen and like like I've got a few castings here. I didn't have the time to go to them, but just seeing like the production and like the type of models, it's pretty much the same.
Okay, okay. So casting, like no matter say like what market, if you want to term it that way, like what market, modeling market you are, like in the country, it's like pretty much basically the same from like one region to another then. Like is there any say great differences like in auditioning, say like between Dallas and New York, or they're like mostly the same?
Every casting for the most part is the same. I feel like some are a little different. I feel like New York sometimes could be a little bit more structured. Where I've seen where I've didn't done castings outside of New York where it's not as structured, or maybe they don't take it. Uh, I don't want to say take it as serious, but just like uh,
Huh? Getting back to Fashion Week that you brought up, is the Fashion Week in New York, say versus where you are now, Dallas, is that the same time of year?
no, I think it's a little after. Because I know that when I got here, I know New York Fashion Week was in February, but I want to say here theirs wasn't in February. I think it was like either I think it was a couple of weeks after, but it wasn't.
Okay, okay,
I think
okay.
it's usually a little after.
Okay.
I think New York usually starts it off, and then after New York, there's LA, and then there's Paris, and then there's Dallas.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I know Miami just did a swim fashion week in Miami, I believe.
Okay, okay, okay. So then all of these fashion weeks, they're like staggered on purpose, so one doesn't like outshine or overshadow or occur the same time as the other ones. So they're more or less staggered to
Yeah,
go to give each one like equal coverage.
yeah. Because I always feel like New York starts it off. Because I feel like whenever I'm at a fashion week, I've always met models, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to London. I'm doing London Fashion Week." So I know uh, right after New York, it's usually London. And then I know DC has is starting to come into their modeling and having Fashion Week. So I think New York starts it off, and then everybody like comes for after.
Oh, okay, okay. And like the circuit of Fashion Week, is there a Fashion Week that ends the season and then it starts all over again, beginning in New York, like the following season? Is there like a last Fashion Week somewhere before the cycle starts all over again?
No, I think everything is its own separate entity. I don't think it's entwined. Um, I think it's all separate entities.
Okay, okay. Are they each of the fashion weeks, are they more or less like the same, say like the same size, maybe like the same size venue or the same, say number of participant models in them, or does that vary too?
I feel like that varies. I think it's very fluctual because I've been to fashion shows where there's been as little as five models, but then I've also been to fashion shows where there's almost 150 to 200 models. So I think it
Wow,
just depends. Yeah.
wow, wow, wow. Well, that answers my question. So now, Steph, since you liked the segue so much last time, I'll say, and now it's back to you.
Perfect. We're hitting it out of the park over here. I love it. I love it. Now, as we wrap up, Ty, I think often, women get asked how they balance family and work life and, all of those things. And it seems like that's a passion for you, right? Is how do you mom when you want to mom and then be the person when you want to be the person and the wife, and it's just all the little boxes that we fit into. And so when you aren't focused on being a mom and your career and your business, what things do you do to like fill your cup personally to find that balance?
Can I be completely honest?
Sure.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
That's right. We're all ears. We're all ears.
My daughter's 16, and last week was the first time I went to the grocery store and bought food just for myself.
Whoa.
Like,
Yeah.
and so like when I tell you I'm a mom from sun up to sundown. So this is like the first time me not having my kids or just not just like living without them. It's weird. Like I was in
Oh,
the grocery store and I was like in the cereal aisle and I'm like, girl, like, yo, like, and then I was like asking my sister, like, well, what did you get? Because I'm used to like going to Costco's and Sam's Club and
okay. Okay.
supermarket. It's like, I went like something that said like I have a dishwasher, but I bought like some dish liquid. So I'm like, okay, well maybe I should get the small one. So I bought the small one. As I'm using it yesterday, and it's almost gone now, right? Because it's small. I only have just one person. I should just get a small dish liquid. But I think it's just me. I think I'm still learning. Like even like being out here, I'm learning what I like. Like even like I had to like tell my mom like I don't know what to do. Like even like because I'm 34. And I feel like I grew up fast. So I feel like the other people, a lot of 34-year-olds haven't accomplished what I have accomplished or haven't had the lifestyle that I've had. So like to now be outside and like and going out and hanging out and meeting new people, it's like, oh, this is like you guys still do this. So I was like, oh yeah, like I feel like going out is okay, but I think I just go more so for the food and the music.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a big foodie.
Okay.
And then I feel like I'm gonna buy a horse here. Uh, So my plan initially is once my house sell, I have found some land here that I'm gonna put down on, and I'm gonna build like this big barn dominion, and I wanted 2 horses. So I'm like, my mom's like, well, how you gonna get this? Because at this point, my mom just lets me go with all my dreams because everything I say that I'm gonna do, I do
That's
it. So at
great.
this
That's
point,
great.
she's like, well, what if you just start taking horse lessons? So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna while my kids are because I have a couple of more weeks without them. I'm like, I'm gonna start horseback riding, um, and cooking. I feel like I like cooking. So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
not like cooking. Like I feel like I want to be like the moms that make like the meal preps. Like I feel like I try it. Like I've tried to do meal prepping for them and
Okay.
everything in one day. Like I'll make 3 different meals. They want to try each and every one of them. So I think it's just like
Oh,
um
oh, like the method where you put every portion in a Ziploc bag and you pile it in the freezer and the refrigerator. Okay, this is your meal Monday. This is your meal Tuesday. This is breakfast Wednesday. Something like that.
yeah, I aspire to be that.
Okay.
I feel like I start and I be on track, but then they don't be on track with me. So now it's like when they come back, like I have like a whole plan, all the strict rules of how we're gonna stay organized, how this is gonna go.
Right, right, right.
Just like what I'd say is like church. Like I go to church. I'm really big on faith. So like I would say that's what I have for me. Like I feel like no matter how stressed out I can be, just overstimulated or just work, I feel like my go-to is my faith. And I go to church. I love cooking and I love fashion. I love to get dressed. I feel like here, I feel like back where in Maryland and New York, you just throw on anything and go outside. I feel like here I can't just go outside. I gotta get dressed up when I go
Right,
to
right, right, right.
because I'm like in McKinney, Texas. It's nice here. I like it, but I feel like when everybody goes outside, they don't just you gotta like get a little dressed up.
That's right, right,
And
right.
especially with my daughter, because she done showed everybody my pictures at school. So now she's like, you can't be at Target and my friends see you. And I'm like, well, nobody never should told you. I never told you to show your friends my pictures.
Oh, right, right, right. Well, she wants you to look like a model 24/7, 365. That's the thing right there. She wants to
Yeah.
say, "This is my mom, the model." She's not just anybody, she's a model. That's what she's going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I've got to ask you now. You says at the beginning of this question, you says I've got to confess something when I go to the store. I'm just shopping for myself. Now, uh, now confess, you must have bought some junk food just for yourself that you never buy for the kids, right? I
I
knew it.
bought
I knew it. I knew
the whipped cream with the strawberries because they always mess up the whipped cream before I get to it.
it.
They break it at the top. So I'm like, I'm gonna have some whipped cream. So now everything that I make, whether it's waffles, pancakes, anything, I'm using this whipped cream and strawberries because it's like I can't believe it's still here. Usually it lasts 5 or 6 hours when they're here. But yeah, definitely the whipped cream and strawberries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I,
That's
I
not, and that's junk food adjacent,
Yeah.
but I get it. I do get like how because I'll walk into my niece is just like housing a whole can in her mouth, or if it's the tub, she leaves the tub out. So like I get it, but I love that.
Like
That's
my
good.
sister now, they're like driving her insane. She's just like, when I had spoke to her a couple of hours ago, she's like, "You better enjoy every single moment of this." I said, "Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm
That's
having a
right.
great time."
That's right. Because the countdown is starting until everything goes back to normal, right? So enjoy it while you can. Buy all the junk. I hope your kids aren't listening to this final version, but buy all the junk food you can right now, and just hoard it all for yourself. That's all. That's what I do. But yeah.
Yes.
But, well, I think all three of us are guilty of that, and I think everybody out there in YouTube and Zoomland is guilty of it. I mean, we all have a craving for junk food. We know it's not good for us, but it always seems to me like all the food that tastes so good isn't any good for us, and the things that don't taste good are good for us. So it's like there's something wrong in that. I would think that they'd want to make things that are good for you taste good, but for some reason it's the opposite way around. So, but Yeah. That's for an entirely different show. So, but well, Steph, I guess that's you ran out of questions too. So did I.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think we've had a great hour of conversation. I loved it. Ty, I moved away from my mic. Ty, you've been such a joy to spend time with, and I love your spirit, and I'm excited to continue watching as your business grows and you share more with that. And I think it's incredible the work you're doing for women and mommyhood and your children and you. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys for having me.
Yeah, Ty, it's been an absolute pleasure for you graciously accepting the invitation to be on my show. I've seen your posts both on Facebook and Instagram, and it's like they were only little teasers. It's like I want to know more about Ty. It's like they're just like these little snippets, a video here, a photo here, and I says, "There's much more. There's much more to this model than just what's on these posts." I said, I want to know more, and yeah, you've been absolutely been a pleasure to be on my show with me and Steph here, and yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, as I said, thank you so much for having me. I feel like this is just the beginning. I feel like the Tide 2.0 is ready now.
Oh, yes, yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
once I actually launch, we definitely maybe I could get you guys to come on my podcast once I get
Hey,
ready to
Absolutely.
yeah,
go.
absolutely. Yeah, you tell us when and where, we'll be there. Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys. It was great talking to you guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Steph, she's let's see, let me get the right hand here. That way, she's on my screen that way. I don't know about all your screen, but on my screen, she's over here. Yeah, Steph, thank you very much for accepting the invitation to be a talk show guest co-host. And everyone, Steph, she's a podcaster, corporate presenter, among all other things out there in Denver, Colorado, traveling here and there and everywhere. And thank you very much, Steph, for being a guest co-host on my talk show. Thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Happy to talk to more people like Ty and continue building out your platform, Edward, as you talk to entertainers all over. It's exciting. And for those of you who don't know, Edward and I met at the Cannes Film Festival over in France. And it was one of those things where we met at a party, and then I said, we're having a garden party at our Airbnb. They come over, we've got snacks and wine and just really cool vibes. And so, just kind of like Taya said this time, you never know what's going to happen.
You
Be open
don't.
and be real and say yes to opportunities and
That's right. That's
do it
right.
scared.
That's right. Everything's positive. It's all positivity. So, yeah, so once again, I'd like to thank Steph for being my guest co-host, Ty for being our talk show guest today, and everyone. My name is Edward S. Redcar, the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. It's been an absolutely pleasure to have you on my show once again, and we shall see you in my next episode. You never know who I'm going to have for a guest co-host. You never know who I'm going to have a guest. So that's for me to know and you to find out. So since you have to find out, you got to keep watching. You got to keep watching. So everyone, have a good day, and we'll see you very soon. So long.
Bye guys.